Nature is the most underrated cure for porn addiction, and in this video I will tell you why. But you need to know, when I wanted to quit porn, I started at like 15, 16, when I got into self-improvement, when I wanted to start my nofap streaks. I heard of all the advice that people gave me, like all the red pill advice. I did the tactics that they told me to do. I was going to the gym. I was going to nofap. I tried doing nofap streaks, but I kind of was stuck. I never really made progress. I had some like 10 days streaks here and there, but I never really quit my porn addiction. So I still was like living the same way as I lived before, just with these few habits that I did. I later realized, like years later, when I got like 20, like how important my lifestyle is for quitting porn. I thought always, yeah, I just need one specific tactic, one specific trick that will cure everything for me automatically. But this is not the truth. So at the age of 20, when I finally knew the answer to quitting porn, to quitting an addiction in general, I did everything to live more natural. And at the end, I finally beat have beat my porn addiction. Now I'm free for over a year now. So if you're in that same situation, you want to quit porn, you don't know how to do it, then click the link down below and I will personally help you become free from porn in 2 to 3 months guaranteed. So how I said, nature will help you mostly, like 100% of the time, quitting your porn addiction. Why I am telling you this? For that, I need to explain to you how everything works, like how your life is working right now. The things that you are doing are the cause for your porn addiction. It's not just that you were born with it, with this addiction, that you have like some mental disorder or something. This comes all down to the things that we are doing on a day-to-day basis. And the reason is because of dopamine. You know, every time we do something that is pleasurable, that is like fun to do, dopamine gets released. Like, if you don't know what dopamine is, it's like the chemical in our brain that tells us that we getting pleasure right now, that we are happy right now. And you get this from everything that you do, like every fun activity that you do. Now the problem is, mostly nowadays, most people do things, are living in lifestyle where they are getting dopamine rushes here and there. This is coming from the food that we are eating, the stuff that we consume, the short form content like TikTok and Instagram, and all this artificial fake shit are giving us unnatural spikes of dopamine. And this is why we need to compensate, like with porn, because after you get that huge spike of dopamine from everything that you're doing, there's a crash. Basically, this means that after you get that huge dopamine spike, you're feeling like happy, you're feeling like euphoric, good. The then there's the crash coming, where you feel like this. It goes like your mood goes down and you feel worse than before. And many people don't realize this. They think to themselves, okay, I need to do more of these pleasurable things so I have this high every time. But it's just gonna get worse. Like, it goes like this, then maybe it goes a little bit more down. And the next time you eat junk food or watch short form content, it goes even more down till you're at a very low point where you think to yourself that you have a problem, where you feel like this kind of depression, this loss of motivation, no focus on anything, on your tasks. And porn is one of the things that gives you like the highest dopamine spike. So yeah, when you're having like a huge crash, your brain knows, okay, I can get dopamine from porn, because porn will give you like a way higher um, dopamine rush. So how you can get out of that cycle where you jump from one dopamine spike to another dopamine spike is to train your dopamine to get to a baseline level again, how it should be, how it's naturally supposed to be. And the way to do it is cut off everything that gives you a huge dopamine spike and replace it with natural things, with like natural behaviors that will set your dopamine to a baseline level, so you don't have like the mood swings anymore, the cravings anymore to watch any porn. And this is hard at first, like it's gonna take a month or two till you are noticing like the change, that you can live with this change. But the moment where you finally did this, when you finally been able to live and don't need any fake dopamine in your life, it's gonna be way easier to resist porn. So there there are some key elements that you need to do to get to the baseline dopamine level. The most important one, I told this in all my videos, is the diet. The diet gonna dictate how well you're gonna feel, how like even you're gonna feel will regulate your emotions. You're gonna feel happier all the time. You're gonna feel more full. And what I'm suggesting, like I said in all my other videos, is a raw meat diet. Why I'm saying raw meat diet? I told this in other videos before, and it's basically, it has all the nutrients that you need. You get rid from depression, because the other diets, the normal diets that we are eating, they are spiking your blood sugar, spiking your insulin, makes you feel like shit. So, and you, to cope with that, you eat more and more, you feel shittier, and then do other bad habits. So eating a raw meat diet, raw muscle meat, only that, these have like no sugar, basically no sugar, and this will not spike your insulin so much, and at the end not spike your dopamine so much. This is how we're supposed to eat, and if you eat like this, you're gonna quit porn way easier. Then your environment. You're basically mostly in your room all day watching some short form stuff, some, I don't know, some Netflix movies or something. And this also fucks up your dopamine levels. You don't feel like motivation anymore. So change your environment. What I suggest you is change it to a natural environment. Go more into walks in nature. Your stress level, your cortisol is gonna get lower and lower, and you feel more connected to your natural senses. And this is like also really important for your dopamine. Gets also to a baseline level. Get sunlight. Talk to real people. Not talking to your friends on Discord. Real social interaction, more walks in nature, and diet are key elements for getting the baseline dopamine back. yeah, do this consistently, try to do it consistently. It's gonna be hard at the start, how I told you, but if you do it consistently, you're gonna see big results over time. Yeah, but again, if you're confused about that, just click the link down below and I will explain to you one by one in detail what you need to do step by step to finally quit porn forever. Yeah, see you in the next video.